How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the skins for this week, and we're starting out with this crazy looking bandana. This is the Phantom Menace. I'm not sure if that name will be able to stay. One, because I don't know, it doesn't really make that much sense to me, and two, Star Wars, but hey, even though there's nothing related to Star Wars, just the name, I don't know. Does Disney have that copyrighted? I don't think you can, right? I don't know. Anyways, a phrase, if anyone has that copyrighted, it could be Disney. Anyways, nothing bad against them, I'm just saying they're very thorough. One way or another, we've got this crazy look. It looks like, honestly, they killed someone and took their dentures and then sewed them into a bandana. Definitely really crazy looking, and just something that fits the wacky world of Rust. Next, we've got a couple road sign gloves for you to check out, starting with these guys right here. These are the Vandal Graffiti gloves by Positive, and if we cruise around over here, you can see there's all sorts of little, like, critters going on, like this, I don't know, is that a really full alligator with a snake tongue? I don't know. They're monsters or something, right? We don't have to classify what it is. And yeah, you got some graffiti going on there, and you got a big old boom and some more monsters over here. And yeah, definitely a cool little set. Could see a lot of people digging this for sure. All right, maybe if I get lucky this week, Helk will put in the Blackout Gloves, and I can stop getting a million messages about the gloves that didn't exist until last week anyways. Everyone's like, Blackout Gloves, Blackout Gloves, as soon as road sign gloves were like on staging branch, and I'm like, guys, I'm not in control of making the artist make these. When they exist, I'll show them. So hey, they exist, I'm showing them, guys. So hey, maybe they'll have a chance, and y'all can be happy. But here they are, the Blackout road sign gloves. Let's go ahead and take a little better look there. And it's what you would expect. It's the Blackout set. Next, we've got a reimagination of a set. This is the Chrome Raider set. And yeah, this it has a chrome look, but it also has this kind of nice metal sheen that pulls in a little bit different colors. You know, there's some of that metallic blue, kind of green, silvery kind of, you know, depending what kind of angle you're kind of taking at, and yeah, it just has this really great look. It's got buckles and straps and zippers, very kind of tactical looking. You can see there's kind of like a camo on the straps here and some more buckles. Gotta have the buckles, guys. Back here, some more armor plating and more buckles. So, you know, you got buckles. And the top has kind of the little chrome part going down the dome, the same kind of camo as the straps on the sides. And then the face mask itself just, well, it's awesome. I mean, there you go, right? Last week, there is the 2-space set. So, hey, there's this high-qual set to go along with the hoodie and pants. So, hey, maybe this one will make it in. I really like the straps here. You've got the caution tape kind of thing going on, and then 2 rockets on each side, which I think are quite cool. And then it's kind of got this, like, stitched-on fabric look to it. And, yeah, you've got the we have no problem, Cobalt is gone to the moon, apparently. And here we go, 2-space and further. And on the back of the dome here, you've got all sorts of little space designs and Comet on that side and this side, which I thought was quite cool as well. Next up, we've got something that's quite gritty, and it's been a while since we've had anything kind of rusty and gritty, and this is the Outrider Set. And yeah, it's got these tire, you know, straps going on with racing flags on it. Then it's got these tire pieces, you know, attached and welded on and strapped to the metal chest piece. Some chains on there, and even an air freshener for you. That's been screwed right into it. And back here it says winner, they already know. And yeah, I mean, you can tell it's paint, but you know, that drip kind of has a blood kind of feel to it, you know what I mean? And then up here, you got some more racing flags and a big old 99, some stars. There we go. You can see it better on the light with this side. The face mask itself is kind of like a corrugated metal with some rubber placed up over it. And man, it looks pretty rusty, so, you know, don't get flakes in your eyes. Jokes aside, definitely a very cool, rusty-looking set. Next up, we've got 2 really awesome looking sleeping bags for you. Starting right here, we've got this beautiful sleeping bag with this epic owl and design on here. This is the Dream Keeper sleeping bag. And yeah, it just has this amazing, beautiful design. and of course some stars to go along with the theme of it. And there is a glowing and a non-glowing version, so I'll be sure to show you guys the glow. Next, we've got another sleeping bag for you over here. It's a continuation in the Ladybug set, so it has everything you would expect, that cute kind of look and fabric. Then you've got the big old rubber ladybug wings there, and a face where it's almost flipped around backwards staring at you. That's a little creepy. I think the face is supposed to go the other way around, but you know, it's supposed to be cute like the pillow's looking at you, but it's definitely funny atomically. Well, there's all sorts of things funny with that. Let's not start on that trade. One or another, look at that happy face. Definitely cute. Moving on over here, we've got a cute little box for you, the Hazzy small box called Little Hazzy. And yeah, there you go. There's a little hazmat guy, and there's a little safety pin in there, and it even says Hazzy on the side. Definitely a cool little box for sure. Moving on over here, we got two large boxes for you. This one over here is the flame rated box, and yeah, man, this thing definitely looks like it still has glowing embers going with it. Definitely really cool look. And of course, those embers do glow. There's a glowing and non-glowing version, so we'll be sure to show you that. Then, moving over here, we've got a new iteration after some feedback for the glowing set of the neon boxes here. So we've got the classic neon scrap, and yeah, there's a much more prominent glow. Also, what it is, you know, the scrap itself is very more distinguishable from the background, I would say. Also, it still has that kind of like riveted in, you know, scrap metal look, which didn't get lost in it. So definitely looks great. We'll check that out at night. Then over here, we've got the doodle rug. Of course, it was going to pop in. I mean, it's just one of those things, right? You kind of want to paint it in with crayons or something, or markers. Or, well, might not want to use Sharpies. Something this big, you might pass out. But one way or another, it's got all sorts of sweet little doodles going on. Guitars, and there's a drum, and monsters, and creatures, and cars, a piano, a rocket, all sorts of stuff going on. Definitely a nice addition to the doodle set. Moving on, we've got doors for you. Starting over here, we've got a nice wooden door for you. This is a continuation in the army, or military, sorry, set by Le Crempe. This is the military storage wooden door. As you can see, it says storage. It has this nice little like metal window grate on it, which just kind of fits it and complements it quite nicely. You can still tell it is definitely wood. Once you go ahead and check out the other side, it's got the smooth side of the grate, some numbers, and, you know, a little restricted, kind of scraping off sticker down there, and multiple locks. You know, I don't think that's going to help you with the wooden door, but you can try. One way or another, definitely a very nice design. Coming over here, we've got our first of our many sheet metal doors. This is the Farm Goddess sheet metal door by Dio, and yeah, it's got this farm goddess. You can see there's some corn, and then it's got these earrings that are pumpkins. And then you've got the hemp headdress with berries at the bottom. A lot of thought really went into making this fit Rust. And even more down here, you can see there are all those tees that help you with those buffs that the farmers are going to use. Definitely a lot of thought put into this one, and it's quite beautifully sculpted. Next over here, we've got ourselves a cool little nautical door. This is the Kraken door by Ideal. And yeah, it's kind of got this like chain link look to it with a huge kraken or something, I'm assuming, reaching to the moon. And yeah, it's just a really awesome effect. You've also got this really kind of sweaty looking handprint right there. Definitely a cool effect. Over here, we've got a continuation in the Wolfie door set by Morpheus. This is the Wolfie sheet metal door. Who would have thought, right? As you can see, we've got the wolf on here, and the same kind of clean-cut wood with some very iron welded, you know, around the edges there to make you know that it is not just a wooden door behind it. Next, we've got a very different door. This one is very space-themed, and of course is then aptly named the Space Foil Door. And as you can see, it really does look like it's made out of space foil material. I feel like if my character rammed their face up against this, it would be kind of cushy, but you'd feel the metal behind it, you know? But yeah, of course, I wouldn't recommend doing that. It also has a very kind of old, kind of retro space bubble kind of thing. Definitely a very nice sculpting work job on this one. Over here, we've got a continuation in the kind of space theme. This is a insulation door. And yeah, as you can see, it's all sorts of insulated. This is something that looks like it'd be really great in a winter base. But of course, you know, that doesn't affect anything. It's just a skin. But one way or another, if you like to do themes or roleplay, this would definitely fit that quite nicely. Over here, we've got the continuation of our garage doors. This first one has a very kind of rusty vibe, the Mutiny Garage Door. So there is a hazy head pretty much going on. It's been headshot, and there's only, you know, the head part there, and, you know, some of the chest looks like the shoulders are gone, and you got those AKs. I'd say it's probably a warning. Come around here, we're gonna pop you. Then over here, we've got one version of this grill garage door by Bad Trip, and yeah, one version is transparent, which you can see here, as you can see everything behind it, and then there's another version where it is a non-transparent kind of like a, you know, clouded glass kind of thing going on. I think that the non-transparent one is probably, if one was going to get in, it would be but this one's just really, really cool. I can see a lot of people wanting to use it for certain reasons, you know, see out and so forth, but then also it wouldn't be that great for hiding loot or anything. But there's still a lot of uses for a door like this. Moving on, we've got a cool little door right here. This is the shooting gallery for you, the duck shooting gallery, I should say. And yeah, well, as you can see there, for 25 cents, you can go and shoot some ducks. And looks like a lot of people have had some misses there and some hits. And yeah, it just has a whole little old carnival vibe with it. And I think that's quite a neat design. Lastly, for our deployables, we've got a doubled armor door for you. This is the Cobalt double armor door. And yeah, there you go. You've got the theme here. It's all kind of like ragtag put together pieces of space shuttle is pretty much what it looks like from, you know, the Cobalt factory, which is quite, or launch site, I should say, quite cool. And this side is completely different, which is so cool with the armor doors. Oh, it's level X, level, and then that's painted over. So yeah, definitely a really awesome vibe on this one for sure. As promised, here's that glow on that beautiful sleeping bag. As you can see what I mean, that's just absolutely awesome and would be quite useful to find in your base. Next, you can see the glowing embers on the box, just like I said. Check out the sides. There you go. The new neon effect over here. Quite nice. And we've got one door with glow. There's a very nice kind of light back glow to this beautiful door as well. Alright, so let's jump to the start of our very many weapons to check out, and a few tools, starting out with this fish rock. Yup, it's a continuation in this very beloved set by some, and it's the fish rock. He's got a big old hook and a big old eye, and you can pet him, and he looks slimy. Pretty awesome, pretty hilarious. I could see a lot of people loving this one. Next, we've got some more soap for you guys, and yep, there you go. As a rock, this is definitely not a soap you want to drop. Moving on, we've got some tools for you. These are very epic looking. These are the Ruiner Set by Odyssey, and there's a glowing and non-glowing version. So we'll check out that glow at the end of the video. Definitely a very cool theme to it. Very kind of an orc vibe going on, which is quite cool. Then we've got, of course, the matching pickaxe to go with it. There you go. Very, very nicely sculpted set. Next, we've got another beautiful tool set for you. This is from Rob Star. Then this is the Hunter's set. We've got a very cool kind of like Damascus steel going on up there, and then you've got this kind of like lizard, reptile, snake skin kind of grip. It's definitely really, really well done. Love the vibe of it. And of course, we want to go check out the matching pickaxe to go with it. And there you go. We'll kind of turn around, make sure we have the light hit it differently there. Yeah, there you go. Now we can jump into the gun, starting with a water pipe shotgun. We haven't seen too many of these for a while, so it's cool to see one. And this is part of the Shippy or Captain's set by Vitalik, and this is the Captain's water pipe, of course. Makes sense, right? Go ahead and fire it off. Pop a reload there. Oh, look, I love that little ship wheel. See, that's why it is definitely worth reloading some of these weapons in camera. For that exact reason. Next, we've got a Python for you, and it is a continuation in the Pharaoh set by Call Me Tommy. And this is, well, aptly named, the Pharaoh's Python. On the front, you've got all sorts of kind of little hieroglyphs going on. Then, same kind of beautiful regal colors and designs as you would expect from this set. There's a reload. Aiming down the sights. You can see it's kind of like a gold tip against that black accent with the gold trim. Next, we've got a sap for you, and we saw that amazing LR last week, and this one has that same snake skin and gold going on. This is the Wild Snake Sap by Zuff. Definitely very epic looking. Love that snake skin vibe. It's even there on the mag. Clip. Next, we've got some Tsars for you, starting with this one, and this one's got a kind of cute little design going on the side. This is the Dog and Cat Tsar by Jessen, and as you can see, they actually all are cats and dogs wearing random stuff like rust armor, there's road sign, there's one wearing a wolf helmet, C4 in its hand. The whole thing's just really silly. Aiming down the sides here is a cat and a paw print, and then a dog doing something down there. Is that ammo or corn? I'm not entirely sure. Definitely a silly little Tsar, for sure. Then we've got a very rainbowy Tsar. Everyone seems to be jumping on the bright and rainbow train right now, but hey, that's what's selling, so, you know, sometimes that's pretty smart. I do, however, like the vibe of this funky Tsar by Dan. It has a very retro vibe to it, looks very hand-painted and worn, so it actually kind of fits more into Rust than some of the very clean kind of rainbowy stuff. And that duct tape, it just kind of, you know, really brings it home. Aiming down the sides here, you've got some various colors with a blue tip. And we'll go ahead and pop that reload for you. Then we've got another Tsar for you, and it looks like the one-shot set is seeing a continuation with the Tsar. So it has that very kind of graffitied up look to it, but then it has these very clean rubber pieces and chunks throughout it, and they look really, really kind of clean. So it has that kind of contrast with it, even though it's still with dark colors. I think that's kind of a cool effect. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a black tip with a green tip, and kind of like a little skull with a crosshair on the back there for you to look at. Next, we've got a continuation in the porcelain set with the porcelain Thompson. So on the top of it, it has like this kind of vine thing going on, as you can see, kind of the design, and then on the side here, it's got a Thompson guy rushing up, or well, I should say kind of creeping up behind that full kit. And I think at least, unless they're both on the same side, I'm not sure. One or another, that guy looks like he's getting creeped up on. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a rust sword made out of that wrench. So it's really cool to kind of see all the little references in this set. I think that's pretty much what adds that soul to this set, you know? Go ahead and pop a reload there. And there you got it. Next, we've got a little custom for you, and I think it might be just a little too late for something for St. Patrick's since we already passed. But, or well, you know, by the time the skins are in. So, it's definitely still really cool, so I wanted to show it to you. It's got this kind of like Celtic, you know, designs, and then we've got the clovers all over it. Definitely a really cool look. Got the clover back there, and we'll pop a reload. Next, we've got some AKs for you, starting with the continuation in the Weather set with the Weather AK. And you got all your little happy friends you're used to. Aiming down the sides, you've got a very judgy looking raindrop. And when you pop in the mag, there you go. Definitely Could see this selling just as well as the rest of the ones in the set if it made it into the store this week. Next, we've got an AK for you, and this one actually has a really cool premises behind it. There has been some 3D printing of stuff in Rust, and so this kind of popped the idea into the artist's head, hey, I'm going to make the AK look like it was 3D printed. So here we have the 3D printed AK. There you go. Aiming down the sights, and pop a reload. Definitely a really cool idea. Oh. I knew I skipped one there. Here we go. We've got this really nice art-styled one. This is the In the Name of Odin by Zinc. And, well, there you go. It looks like he's screaming in the name of Odin for sure. And, yeah, this artwork is just, it's really cool to see the art designs on them. But then the AK itself has this really cool sculpting job done to it as well. Like, check that out. That alone, just the aiming down the sights. There's so much going on, but it's not too much. And, yeah, it's just really, really cool. And last for this group here, we've got another AK for you. This one is the Hardened Steel AK. And it's got two different versions. This one is kind of more of a pinky purple. There's also kind of a bluish one, which are both in the list there. It has a very industrial kind of vibe, but it's also worn and torn like it's seen some battle. Definitely a nice design to it. Aiming down the sights, you have very kind of shiny chrome going on with kind of a slightly darker silver tip. And we'll go ahead and pop off a few rounds there, reload it for you. Let the light hit it. There you go. And our last group here, we've got a couple more AKs for you, starting with the Bombing AK. Of course, a ton of people have been waiting for this. So as soon as this one hit the workshop, my inbox started blowing up. And yes, guys, I'm aware of it. Here it is. It is right here. And it's got this mean little eye. There's even some teeth on the grip. And everything else you can expect. You've got big old bombing on the side, anarchy symbols, some flames on the barrel tip there. Then you've got some crossbones up here, but not a skull and crossbones, just crossbones. And the tip itself is, you know, originally painted black, it looks like, and then it's kind of worn off to show kind of a shinier steel, which contrasts the still very black painted tip. Definitely a cool addition to the set. Next, we've got one last AK for you with this one right here. It is, of course, the Lost Souls AK. There's a glowing and a non-glowing version, so we'll be sure to show you that glow here at the end. It's got that space skeleton right on the side, and kind of has that very cobalty vibe going on to it. Pop a reload there. Put the space skeleton back together again. And aiming down the sights, you kind of got this endless void and then a red sight for you to aim. Next, we've got a couple of LRs for you, starting with this one right here. And yeah, wow, this really translated very nicely onto the LR, I believe. This is the Splash LR, the continuation of the Splash set by Slime. And yeah, it's just got this really epic look. It's very shiny, and it's got just that splash of green to go along with it. I can see a lot of people digging this for sure. Aiming down the sights, there's not really too much going on. Maybe we could use a splash of that color in there. Maybe a little splatter over the X or something, or maybe some green on the sight. I'm not too sure, but definitely digging that part for sure. Next, we've got another LR for you, and this one has a pretty sick look to it. This is the Arctic Blaze LR, and it's got all sorts of kind of little sculpts to it, some very cool looking flames going on the side there, and then the rest of it kind of looks scuffed and dirty like it's been in use. Then we've got this kind of nice little flame with the same kind of colors going on, and as you can see, the sight has the same kind of bluish turquoise going on with a black tip. Next, a grenade. Yes, that is a grenade skin, guys. It has been a while since we've seen a grenade skin, and this one is actually really, really cool. The Hologram set kind of was one of those things that was cool, but maybe a little too much with the see-through version, and I think this has translated really well to the updated version and on this grenade. Of course, there's a glowing version we'll be sure to show you here just shortly. To end it up, of course, we got a big old boom launcher, and it's in a continuation of everybody's favorite rainbow pony launcher set going on here. We've got the rainbow pony launcher. I don't even know how to talk anymore. It speaks for itself. There's a unicorn vomiting a rainbow towards you that has clouds coming out of it, and it's just nuts. Let's go ahead and pop a reload. And stick an instant in there, and I don't know, we'll burn that forest down. There we go. Boom. Okay, that might take a while. One way or another, guys, thanks for checking it out. These are all the awesome skins this week, and yeah, it's gonna be a tough pick. I'm glad nothing that is not up to me. I do not envy Hulk this week. Everyone did so many amazing jobs. That's gonna be it, so let's go ahead and end out the video with the glowing weapons. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and stay rusty.